Good morning. Good morning, everybody. So, there we go. Just was watching some stuff this morning. And I've been thinking about a lot of things that have been going on. You know, saw a guy that's pretty famous yesterday. I kind of mentioned him in the video yesterday. And I just want to check the resolution on this camera. One sec. Up here, you got a video of yours truly right here in the center. The Campo de Tito, Mexico. I know each one of these people. They're people I've worked with. You know, there's that. I've got other ones too. Washing the truck in the morning. What's this? My weapon. This is a civilian truck too. This is undercover. There I am. There's that. Here's on patrol in Mexico. This is a night that I thought something bad was going to happen to me. Sitting in the truck, the 11th military zone. So here I'm in the truck at the 11th military zone with my brothers. And then over here, I think my other brother's sitting next to me because we're waiting on our general to get out of a meeting. Mag carrier. So I've got like a bunch of this stuff, and you can see the insignia on his thing over here. This is all relevant because a lot of people. I was watching a video by a Marine this morning who's all blasted, got his face tatted and everything. And what's this guy's name? The Cody Alford, this dude, that video. Here's what he had to say, calling everyone to ride along to another show. He's talking about people hating on everything that you do. You know, there's a lot of people that are out there that are underachievers or people that are terminally unhappy in their life. And my heart goes out to them, man, because you know, I'm sitting there watching, showing you videos of me actually training or at work in Mexico, and I've got even more. And I've got a couple Facebook accounts, and on one of my Facebook accounts, I've got a lot of my friends from work. And so as I start to put out content, and I start to go to these different podcasts, I had Mark right here in my home. Mark's been in this room, Mark Gagnon. And I see the way that they do things, and Tommy Prohaska and Hector Bravo, and I see the way that, like, I've been building a studio, some of you guys know, down in my basement for quite a while, you know. And it's come a long way. I've got mics, I've got software, I've got cameras, different recording things. And believe it or not, I actually prefer shooting most of my videos because of Power Director that I've got on my phone is the software that I use. I got another one for the desktop system, a separate type of editing software. I generally prefer just to go with my simple phone. It works. It's not over the top. I'm not trying to shoot a motion picture. I'm just trying to publish something of content that I want to say and get to you. But I watch all these guys, and I learn from them. And there was a time when I went to Moog, and I should pull this up. I went to Moog Defense Systems to go. I wanted to pull it up. Moog Aircraft. Yeah, it was in Torrance. Moog Aircraft Group. And you need an invite to even get in there because there's a lot of defense and stuff like that. And president or vice president previously had worked at Bell or Sikorsky Helicopters. And I went in there to go get a job as a manufacturing process engineer. And my course of studies have been unconventional, you know. And a lot of people don't like that. But you go in there and you'll take aptitude tests and all of these things. And the boss that was in charge of engineering was from India. Bright guy. I can't slam him for where he's from or anything like that, but he didn't like me all that much. And he told me flat out that I have my doubts that you can do some of the things that you claim you can do. Which is a fair thing, but bottom line is I'd gone in there to go get a job at a place that makes weapons. And the things that are in there are secret, not top secret, but you can't talk about it on Facebook. There's ITAR things and whatnot. And not that I was ever even offered a position to work there, but you'll go there and you'll start working on these projects for the government that you're not allowed to talk about. And not just there in other places, but this place in particular. I always remember the sting of not being able to have been given the position to work there because I had wanted to work there. And the president liked me, but this one engineering boss didn't like me. He didn't dig on me. And we all, I don't know if everybody, but at least me, I'll speak for myself. There's been many times in my life where I've aspired to achieve something and been shot down. And I'm watching this guy, Cody Alford, this morning, this Marine, talk about his Marine Corps dress blues. He's blasted. He's talking about people hating on you for doing whatever it is you're doing. And you got to continue doing whatever you're going to do anyways. And there was another video that I saw where someone was asking someone that was wealthy or whatever that nobody else in the world is going to stop you from achieving whatever it is you want to achieve. Only you can do that. So that's kind of like what today's video is about. I don't know exactly where my program is going to go. My second Facebook account, I've got all of my coworkers, not all, but several of them from work in Mexico on there. And I've got other people where I'm actually completely in the know with what goes on in Mexico as far as current cartel stuff. And I'm probably going to be bringing you a good bit of that. When I see the way that Mark Gagnon works, when I see the way that Hector Bravo rents out a big studio, so my studio isn't the end of it, I can go to someone that already specializes in that and utilize their expertise to compound my effect or amplify the effect that I want to have on other people, right? So I need to depend on other people a little bit more. At the same time, just yesterday, I was talking with a coworker that's got a website set up, and I was telling him that he is an amazing person, because he is. Every person that we meet in life is amazing, simply because they have a unique perspective on the world through their eyes and the things that they have learned that they were able to learn because you weren't there with them while they were learning it. Or maybe you were, and that's your experience too. My experience, getting back to all of this, if I still have it up, do I? No, I closed it, so I'm not going to dig back into it. But I've got this, I got like 2 terabytes of information there in this external hard drive. I've got another one too, just full of stuff. And then on that, I've got several files of pictures and all kinds of stuff, validating that I am who I am. Getting all this hate. I told you guys about a guy by the name of Andre on the Hector Bravo video. Andre was a member of the Nation of Islam. At the time, I was not all lovey-dovey with black people. And there's a good reason for it. And I'm not... Someone said, oh, hey, did you catch the tattoos on his arm? Some black dude on the Camp Gagnon thing. Yeah, they're still there. They're not as dark as they used to be. I've been getting them lasered off for a long time. I was getting them lasered off in Houston, Texas, and they shut down the laser clinic where I was getting them lasered off. So that kind of put a halt to it. And I've been going back to look for other places to get them lasered off because it's expensive. I'm not going to ever apologize for who I've been in my life for any reason, any more than you guys are demanding the Crips that beat me up and took my skateboard to apologize for beating up some white kid 6-on-1 while I was in junior high. It's just ridiculous. And, you know, shame on you for even thinking that I should even offer an apology. No apology at all. Not gonna happen. I don't owe anybody an apology because I do my best to be a good person to the best of my ability, and that's it. Plus, you're not God. If I'm going to apologize to anyone, I'll apologize to God. Period. So just so we're super clear on that. This black member of the Nation of Islam, we used to fight every day. It's right there in the LA Times, in his words. That's completely who I am. I am very combative. Still to this day, in a manner that is not attractive to my wife. My wife has a great amount of consternation with my behavior in that regard. That being said, they turned me on to a book by Malcolm X, an autobiography, not an autobiography, a biography of Malcolm X. And come to find out that Malcolm X was a guy that I really kind of admired. I don't dig on his Islam stuff at all. That's not for me. But he was a man of principle. And I'm going to share with you today something that Malcolm X said because, you know, the United States, we're supposed to be free. Malcolm X, nobody can give you freedom. Nobody can give you equality or justice or anything. If you're a man, you take it. That's a direct quote by Malcolm X. Malcolm X did not dig on the prophet Elijah Muhammad because of his sleeping with underage girls. I might take some heat from people that dig on Elijah Muhammad. I don't care. It is what it is. They killed Malcolm X over it. Malcolm X was faithful to his wife. He was a man of principle, even though he was black. You can respect the principle even if you're part of different groups. And I do. I do respect that principle. I do my very best to treat my wife good. Getting back to the people hating on what you do, I'm going to continue doing these podcasts with other people. I've got a couple more lined up, like I told you. And every time I go to these places, I sit and watch and look and learn. Right? I watch the way they do things. And I want to bring you guys something that's honest. And something that's not by a bunch of wannabes that want to pretend like they're involved in some cartel type shit. You know? With a vocabulary where I'm not using cuss words like I just did because it doesn't sound as good and it doesn't sound as polished. And I ask artificial intelligence sometimes not to do things for me. I ask them to critique and refine my things, and they tell me that I could use with better editing. Don't doubt it. Should probably go to a professional editor. I've got my school right up here. So I do have things that I'm focused on, but I've only got so much time and so much energy. Getting back to my coworker, I'm telling him that he should go out and do his things, and I'm going to continue to do mine. I'm not the type of person that will say something to other people that they should do it if I'm not practicing it myself. So I'm putting out this stupid little video, and I don't know where it will go. I'm putting down a message, and I don't know where that'll go. I do know that I've reached at this point some 75,000 people, going on 80 if I count all the shorts and everything. Of course, there's going to be people that have seen each one of those, so it's going to whittle away that number. But I've probably reached 50,000 distinct people at this point in time, if even 2/3 of them are unique viewers. So, you know, that's kind of what I got going on. I've got other stuff like this. It's an Arduino project with an Arduino. Do I got it here? Yeah, it's right here. Arduino IDE. So, an interface for, I don't know if you can see it. I don't know what the resolution is on the phone. But step out of your shell, man, and do something different. And to the haters that want to hate on me, you know, thank you for paying attention to me or not paying attention to me. In the end, it's completely inconsequential. When you do pay attention to me, it actually helps me because it helps the algorithm get me out to a greater number of people. So I love it when you guys come into the comments talking smack. I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing because if I don't, I'm just signing myself up for failure, which is something that I'm not going to do. Andre taught me that if I had been born black, I would have been just like him. And at that point in time, I had to face my own consequences of my own actions and realize that I am the author of everything that goes on in my life, good or bad, because I'm the one that controls what I allow to remain or what I refuse to face and fix and overcome. So, you know, he taught me that I alone am to blame for everything in my life. Period. Someone might come in and do something in your life, but if you allow them to remain, that's on you. If you refuse to prepare and overcome, that's on you. As such, everything's on me. So that's kind of what I got going on. That's my message for today. Hector Bravo told me to put out a video every day, like just 6 or 8 minutes. He's got 55. I'm learning constantly from people that are doing better than I am. One other thing, you know, there are some people that want to sit here and be like, oh, you couldn't choke out 3 people, or Gokor Chavichin doesn't train Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, or this guy's a CIA fraud, MK Ultra baby. I've got so much proof and so many witnesses, it doesn't matter. I'm super happy you guys are here talking smack. Old people from the hood that want to see you fail. People that never got in trouble, that did everything correct, that work for the government, that want to feel like they're better than you and don't want to see you make it. And then you go to Mexico and work in a more hostile atmosphere than they ever did. That don't. There are a lot of people that want to see you fail. That's my message. I wanted to see me fail, and I tried to destroy me for a long time before I got sober. So having other people want to see you fail and not do as well as you because they want to be special. Everybody wants to be special, and everybody is special in their own life, but that's about it. When I die, there will be a handful of people that mourn me, and that's it. And in 100 years, I won't even be an afterthought. And that's true for all of us. But while I'm here, I'm going to do the best I can to help the people that I'm accountable to, including myself. And also, in a general aspect, I have a moral responsibility to make sure that you guys are getting the truth every time you guys jump on YouTube. And there's a lot of that doesn't go on. So that's kind of why I'm doing what I'm doing. Am I someone to look up to? No, I don't think so. Other people think that there's a lot. You know, I trip on the dude with the tattoos. Man, he's got like 800,000 viewers on that video on YouTube or Instagram. And I'm not jealous, man. You know what? Life is so hard for all of us. I sincerely, as a Christian, am super happy every time anyone makes it, including Ed Calderon, who I've talked about a lot on this channel. Life sucks and it's hard for a lot of people. And if you really believe in your Christian roots, why would you not believe in freedom, which God gives you through free agency, the ability to do what you want, as long as you're not harming somebody else? None of my business. And why wouldn't you applaud when other people make it? That's what the Bible tells me. I don't get to pick and choose. You know, and even Joel Osteen and some other preacher this morning on YouTube were being put in contrast to another pastor that said that Jesus is the only way to the Father. So you'll have people that put mixed messages out there, but my Christian Bible tells me that I need to be happy and not envious. Thou shalt not covet. Super clear, man. So I'm not jealous at all, in the slightest, of anybody that makes any success and has an easier life, because life's been hard enough for a lot of people. So I don't know. That's kind of what I've been thinking about today. I've got these things coming up, and I'm looking forward to it, you know. And I'm glad I put out yesterday's video letting people know that I'm not signing a non-disclosure agreement. Who sent that non-disclosure agreement? Having been on the phone with Navy SEALs that have a certain thing to say. Because I'm going to keep hitting you with the truth. I'm going to keep coming at you direct. Not everything in my life has always been hunky-dory. Had an ugly divorce. Have gone through a lot of things in my life. And I'm going to continue to address my detractors, to confront them, and to give them the opportunity. If they want to show up in a gym and see if I'm badass, some of you will lump me up, some of you won't. We can sign a We can sign a waiver, and I'll let you go in there and lump me up, and we'll put it on video. And I'm going to get, even if one of my detractors that says I can't fight 3 people at the same time were to come to a local gym here in Portland, I will totally do it. Not because I'm a tough guy, but because I'm going to become someone that is known for coming directly to my detractors and hitting you up, shoving my evidence right in your face, including physical fights in an octagon or a ring. We'll put on some gloves and go a few rounds. And I am not going to be someone that's going to run, duck, or dive one scintilla. Because there are other people that do that, and I don't respect that at all. Because when you do that, you're hiding something, right? You know, people want to get into whether or not I fought 3 people, but they don't want to get into whether or not I was really there fighting cartel. That's amazing, dude. Yo, you didn't fight 3 people, but we're going to leave a blatant, glaring fact alone that he was in the back of a truck with a Mexican machine gun, which is amazing all by itself. How'd that happen? I'm still waiting for one of these guys to show up, and you know what? Here's what will happen with that. There'll be that one dude out there that's buff, some gargantuan son of a bitch, that's completely trained and studied in jiu-jitsu or judo or whatever, boxing, and we'll go down to the local gym and I'll get lumped up. I'm going to record it. I'm going to put it online. And then they're going to be like, see, I told you couldn't do it. You know what? It'll take someone like that to do it. But I'm still going to do it because I'm not running from any of you. So I love having haters. You know, I didn't know how to respond to it. I had a live video one night, and I got lit up by haters all night. And I was sitting there. They didn't think like I know Java programming or how to extract a vid file from your developer tools in any one of your web browsers off to the side. And I kind of like fed them more than I should have. Even ran upstairs and grabbed a book. That was a mistake. But here's what I will do. Anyone that wants to meet me in public or whatever, or go down and have lunch, be a normal human and have a legitimate human conversation, or even go to the local gym, sign a waiver, put gloves on and go a few rounds. We beat each other up, we become friends, and we film it, and it's going on my page, and I'm going to use it because I want you guys to know that when you go on YouTube and you are watching something that's cartel related, like all the supposed newscasters, that their witnesses are always wearing balaclavas, and 10 years later you don't know their last names. That's not going to be me, dude. So, like Malcolm X taught me to become a man of principle. Andre, indirectly, a member of the Nation of Islam, had something to do with that, through our beating each other up and trying to not get caught because we didn't want to suffer worse consequences. But we were beating each other up. And it helped me learn a lot of things about myself and about other people's and about principle. And you have to be a man of principle. So I'm just putting that out there. That's my message for today. People like it, they don't like it. If this video gets 10 views or if it gets 10,000 views, I don't care. I'm putting it out there because that's just what's going on. I got this, I've been wanting to do this Arduino project. Hey Ben, this goes out to you, man. I've got it right here. I haven't gotten into really being able to program it much. Some of you can see I got this drone I built back here. I got a 3D printer back there, but one of my subscribers, Ben Sandoval, told me about getting this thing. I haven't forgotten you. I'm going to get into this. I've got the developer up here. I got the setup loop and other stuff that I got to program up there. I'm just getting into it. I'll do a video on that at some point in time, but it'll probably be somewhere in the middle of November, just because I'm busy with stuff, man. Forgive me. Mike, I haven't heard from you. Mike and Boston, I haven't heard from you in a while. I'm purposely being tight-lipped about a lot of things, man, right now, because I'm trying to work out my differences with other people in a respectful manner. They deserve respect. I'm going to give it to them. But I'm not going to be blown off either by them. And these people have known about me for a year, haven't said anything until I got that Camp Canyon video. My viewership's just going to go up. But then I'm going to reach a point to where I'm going to have to be like Mark Gagnon, or I'm going to have to be like Hector Bravo or somebody else and figure out what the hell else I'm going to do with my channel, because my story is only so much. And it's probably going to have a lot to do with bringing you guys direct news from people that are still in the field that I've worked with, that other newscasters don't have access to because they've never worked in Mexico and they're not Mexican. And even though I don't look like it, I am Mexican. In a way, either through marriage or through the amount of time that I spent in the country, I've got that whole thing going on. I usually leave it alone. But the people that try to like report on you from this stuff, by and large, are not Mexican. Not through naturalization, not through marriage, not through anything. And they go down there on a tourist visa. And I'm not going to trash their programs. I'm just going to state that there is a fundamental difference between people that work in something every day and live somewhere than from someone that just goes and visits once in a while. Also, I have a severe doubts as to how much people that are in the cartel would actually open up to people that are going to run off and report the particulars of someone's drug operation when it's an international drug business and they're trying to make money. That's not very smart. So, I think that there's a lot of theater involved, and I have not talked about this in a while, but I made a dark website on the Tor browser and on a throwaway laptop to try to bait some of these people in there, and I've got nothing on it. And I don't know what I'm doing wrong with that, but everything's completely legal. I'm not offering any illegal services. I'm just putting something out there like I'm someone. I haven't gotten a single hit on it. So there's been some things going on with Tor browsers. I don't know how many of you are tech savvy or whatever, but it's a completely different system than what you would access with your Opera, Bravo, Mozilla, Google Chrome browsers or anything like that. It's completely different. I haven't gotten anything on it, and I've been trying to get some people that report on this routinely, and they completely are aware of who I am, to bite at it like a bait, and I can't get anything. So I've been swinging and missing at that one for a while. I'm probably just going to shut that thing off. But anyways, that's enough out of me for the day. I hope you guys have a great day. Talk soon, and thanks for your time, man.